All over here at the Thornbury Surfacing Stadium with Chippenham Town manager Gary Horgan. Gary, a blood and thunder game, but in the end a 1-0 defeat to Braintree. Just talk us through your initial thoughts on that one, mate.
Strange one, really, in terms of I'm really pleased with how we responded and reacted from last Saturday. Because I said a couple of times that I thought last Saturday we were a little bit flat, and it's been unlike us. So we wanted to change that round today, and I felt we got exactly that. We got a reaction. But that would have been easy enough for us. But I thought we had everything that we needed to win the game today in terms of the intensity we showed in terms of our play. So yeah, really pleased with the performance. Like I say, strange because I've come off and we've lost the game 1-0. But for me, we've been the better side throughout, and that was really pleasing to see. And I think if we match those levels Tuesday and Saturday for the rest of February, we will win a lot of games of football.
I think you probably hit the nail on the head there, Gary. I think we look quite comfortable, certainly with the ball. I can't really remember Will having much to do throughout the 90 minutes, but of course the one goal that it did get there was a bit of a controversial one. It looked as if it might have crossed the line, might not have crossed the line. We didn't see it from where we were, but that was ultimately the one that killed it.
Yeah, it felt like it was going to be a game of maybe a set piece or something. It was probably maybe at one point going to win it. Like I said, as it turns out, I think we just lacked quality in the big moments in the game. Keeper's pulled off a really good save from Kane's one-on-one. We get Luke into the box and in a couple of really good situations. A couple of crosses go a little bit long. A couple of crosses don't find their target first half. So in terms of, like I said, in terms of the game and how we performed within it, like I said, we're really pleased. It just the reality is, in a couple of areas where we needed to show a little bit of quality, we were just a little bit lacking today, and they maybe get a bit of luck from a corner. Other than that, like I said, I think Will makes one save in the whole game, and what's really pleasing about that for me is that I think they're a really good side. I think they're a really good side, and I think today we've shown that we're a really good side, but we just, as I say, lacked a bit of quality at times today.
Got to talk about it, Gaz, because it's going to be one of the biggest talking points from the some 500 odd that were in the stadium today. Just before Braintree scored their goal, there was a real moment of contention down the far end, down at the Sheldon end. 𝗣cie𝘀𝘁𝗰𝗵 nicks the ball, goes in one-on-one with Jack Sims. It appeared to be going down under a challenge from the Braintree defender. It looked a Stonewall penalty and possibly a red card. Referee waves it away, and it was a big moment gone.
Yeah, I don't want to moan at the ref because for all the ththings I've just said. Because we can completely take it out of his hands if we have some real quality in the moments that we could have done. I've had a chat in there with the ref and the assessor about it just then, like a real open sort of a good chat really, and whilst there's acknowledgement, there's contact. There's also an acknowledgement that it probably doesn't meet the threshold for enough contact. I don't know what that is, if I'm honest. Nowadays, a fully in flight 𝗣cie𝘀𝘁𝗵 is probably the quickest, or if not one of the quickest players on the pitch. If he gets nicked in full flight, which he is, then I think it's really difficult for him to stand up. But look, let's not anybody point any fingers towards the ref. We had enough moments in the game to render that conversation redundant. So we have to look closer to home, and that is, we'll continue to work on that week in, week out, because we need to get better at it. And that's probably the 4th, 5th time. Dan Ellison has a goal ruled out last week incorrectly, but again, we have other moments in the game that we should make right, and that was the same story today.
I say them's the breaks, I suppose, but it must have been encouraging one thing for you, Gary, to see the start of the game today. And Amadi Holloway comes through a fitness test and he's able to make the bench, and with Tuesday, Saturday games coming in thick and fast, it must be really good to now have your squad almost returning to its full capacity. Yeah,
would have probably chucked Aaron in today. The game being off Tuesday probably affected that, because then through last week we weren't able to get in the input into him that we would have liked. He's declared himself fit today, and like I said, would have started normally. It would have been good to have him back, but I thought all three centre halves acquitted themselves really well today, given the aerial threat that 𝗣cie𝘀𝘁𝗵𝗵 brings, and I thought they shackled him really well today. So yeah, I thought all three of them did well, and that was really the reason why we didn't feel that we needed to bring Aaron on in the end. Maybe should have got him some minutes before Tuesday, I don't know, but yeah, we need to look at that, because as I said, I think they've been really good. I think the team's been good today, but yes, in answer to the question, it's good to have everybody back. It'd be nice to have 18 players to pick from, so that we can pick the best 11 available to go and win the next game. But yeah, look, enthused that we have, you know, Aaron back, and hopefully we'll have Luke Haynes back next week. So Alex Bray's near fitness as well. So yeah, it's good to have everybody back. Well, certainly, hopefully we have everybody back, and yeah, we can stop bemoaning a bit of bad luck.
And you alluded to the next game there, Gary. 2 in a week now for you guys, and we'll do both previews such as the way, because we won't get a chance to speak to you beforehand. Tuesday, obviously it's a big one. You were away to Dartford, a place that you've become quite familiar with during your time as Chippenham manager. Had a really, really good night down there. Not only a couple of seasons back in the playoffs, but you know, it's going to be a very different game this time round. Both teams sort of scrapping down at the wrong end of the table, and surprisingly, we're both there. But Dartford going to be a really tricky game for you.
Yeah, it was a difficult place. Everywhere's a difficult place to go. So look, if we perform like we did today, then we'll have a very good chance of winning the game. So yeah, look, it'll be a tough game. They'll be scrapping for everything. So yeah, long trip on a midweek game. We'll have to try and, you know, prepare right and see where we are tomorrow with bodies today. But like I say, yeah, look, if we perform anything like we did today, then we'll have a good chance of winning the game.
And it's really difficult, like you say, Gary. A lot of these places are tough to go to, so to get your thoughts on Slough before the game against Dartford's going to be almost just as tricky. But down to Arbor Park on the Saturday, another place that's always quite a difficult one to go to.
Yeah, look, they're going really, really well. You know, Scott's put together a really good and exciting team, I think. So yeah, look, it'll be another tough game. You know, they're in a really good place at the moment as well. So yeah, look, two tough away games coming. So yeah, look, yeah, it's an unforgiving league at times, but yeah, all I can do is try and look after us. I felt today we gave a really good account of ourselves. Just wasn't to be, like I said, in the moments that counted. So, you know, if we can put that right over the next two, then there's no reason why we can't win both games. Yeah,
for what it's worth, Gary, I agree with you. Boys did well today, and they certainly did you proud. We'll let you go and get on for the week, mate. You've got a lot of preparations to do, so thank you. Commiserations, Gary, and we'll see you on Tuesday.
Thank you.